If you are a loyal follower of Korean cars, you would have heard by now the successive news of drastic changes that have taken place at the Hyundai Motor Group of late, which will undoubtedly affect the future of the company that owns Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis brand of cars, along with the Ioniq dedicated EV sub-brand and the N Performance sub-brand. In this episode of AutoVision, we will find out what these crucial changes are, and how they will affect future products. So, before we go on, we'd highly appreciate your support by subscribing, and turning on the notification bell, if you haven't already. And please don't forget to like, comment, and vote on the question that's presented at the end of the video. The first news is the departure of the key figures of the company that made the Korean automaker what it is today. The first is the very person that's responsible for the creation of perhaps the most exciting automotive performance division in recent years since the BMW M division. That person is Albert Biermann, of course. As of December 2021, a 65-year-old German engineer retired from his post as the president and head of the R&D division, after joining the Korean auto giant in 2015 as an executive vice president. Prior to that, Biermann spent nearly 30 years at BMW, where he was instrumental in creating some of the most exciting M division cars in history, such as E46 M3, E39 M5, and 1M. His experience helped to transform the Hyundai Motor Group from an automaker that made decent cars with good quality but nothing exciting, into a producer of real enthusiast machines, culminating with the creation of the N division, with such monumental sports cars i30N and Veloster N, that mingled toe-to-toe with the established names like the Civic Type R, and Golf GTI. In just a few years in his tenure, the former M boss helped to completely transform the Hyundai brand image to a maker of fun and exciting cars. Furthermore, Biermann was also responsible for creating BMW's groundbreaking SUV X5, where he garnered his expertise in luxury vehicles, which in turn resulted in the creation of the Genesis luxury brand. With it came the G70 sports sedan that beat out the formidable German competition to win Motor Trend's Car of the Year in 2019, and spectacular rear-wheel bias sports sedans and crossovers, such as G80, GV80, and GV70 that received all sorts of accolades. And who can't forget the Kia Stinger, a vehicle that not only set the new benchmark for a true GT car, but also single-handedly converted a lowly Kia into a brand that's recognized as the maker of an affordable car that offers premium quality, performance, and most of all, design. And for the design aspect, we all know who to thank. That would be a legendary automotive designer, Peter Schreier, who is also German. Like Biermann, Schreier hails from formidable pedigree, having been with the Audi VW group since 1980, with iconic cars such as Audi TT, the new Beetle, and the Golf Mark IV under his credit. In 2005, to everyone's surprise, Bavaria-born designer moved to, at that point in time, a relatively unknown Korean car company that was struggling to shake off its image as a producer of cheap cars with questionable quality. Since then, Schreier's design shaped Hyundai and Kia as brands, and gave each company a distinctive identity, by instituting design themes such as the iconic Kia Tiger Nose and Hyundai Hexagonal Grille. The development of this inspiring design identity led to their transformation and the development of Genesis as the first ever Korean luxury automotive brand. At the same time as Biermann, 68-year-old Schreier also retired from his post as president and head of design management of Hyundai Motor Group, a position that he gained after hiring of Biermann and his replacement, Luc Donker-Wolk, a seasoned designer who is also from Audi, Lamborghini, and Bentley, most respected for his creation of none other than the Lamborghini Murcielago. So what's to become of the Hyundai Motor Group with the two of the heavy hitters from the lineup retiring? Should we be concerned with the future of the company, especially now that it has the string of new cars, as well as EVs that are expected to be released in the next few years? Maybe it's the case that the retirement of Biermann and Schreier comes as no surprise, as Hyundai is now at the crossroads, where the conventional ICE of the past era intersects with the carbon-neutral mobility solutions of the future. In addition to the changes in the manpower, Hyundai has announced that it has terminated the engine development center of the R&D division, after nearly 40 years of developing its own engines, and converting the power plant development department into the electrification development department instead, in preparation for the future where the company plans to stop develop internal combustion engine cars by 2025 altogether, and only sell electric cars after 2035, starting in Europe first, and attain full carbon neutrality globally by the year 2045. And within this electric vehicle frame is Hyundai's grand plan to engage in the dual-track product development. One is the battery electric vehicles and the other is the hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicles. Hyundai is in a truly unique position as it's only one of few companies that still hasn't given up on hydrogen as the energy source for the future. One of the company's plans for the proliferation of the hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicle was to introduce a luxury hydrogen FCEV by 2025. As seen in the Vision FK concept, Genesis was to produce a hydrogen fuel cell plug-in hybrid EV that combines benefits of the FCEV and the BEV to help to bridge the gap until the establishment of hydrogen refueling infrastructure catches up, similar to what plug-in hybrid is doing for ICE and EVs. However, just recently, few of Korean media reported that Hyundai was shockingly giving up on the hydrogen technology, as a result of internal audit findings that the development team hit a major snag in coming up with breakthrough technology to reduce the cost of the fuel cells, to make for a cost-viable solution for the next-generation hydrogen fuel cell EVs. The current second-generation fuel cell stack used in Nexo cost nearly $30,000, and Hyundai's mission was to create the new third-generation fuel cell system that costs 50% less, and has 30% smaller mass, along with increasing the reliability in the output by 2 to 3 times. The reports suggested that Hyundai was to discontinue the ongoing projects related to hydrogen vehicle development, including the aforementioned hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicle from Genesis, which would have hinged on the successful development of the third-generation fuel cells. The report also suggested that it wasn't just the shortcoming of Hyundai's technology, but due to technology not being available currently to produce hydrogen in volume at low cost, to make hydrogen as a viable fuel source for the mass. Additionally, it was suggested that Toyota, perhaps the pioneer of the hydrogen fuel cell EVs, estimated that the maximum market share of FCEV would be 3% even in 2030. However, Hyundai spoke out right after, overturning all claims by the media. Hyundai stated that all of its plans according to its roadmap are still valid, and no department will be closed or reduced in size. In fact, Hyundai says that it's just the opposite. The Korean company did admit that it has encountered a stumbling block in developing the next generation fuel cell, in particular to reduce the packaging. It's for this reason that the company is actually separating the Fuel Cell Development Center to remove the business aspect of the organization, to form an independent hydrogen fuel cell business department, so that the development team can solely focus on R&D. And this Fuel Cell Development Center will be put directly under the control of the new head of the R&D, Mr. Jong-Guk Park, the replacement for Albert Bierman, to ensure that the company's targets are met in a timely manner. The company's plan to only develop battery electric and fuel cell electric vehicles from 2025 will be strengthened with not only the newly organized Fuel Cell Development Center, but also with the creation of the new Battery Development Center. Finally, Hyundai released another encouraging news that the former N Division boss, Albert Bierman, will remain with the company to extend his tenure as the new executive technical advisor for Hyundai's European Research and Development Center in Germany, to continue to provide his expertise in making Hyundai EVs fun and exciting. Besides, he still has to put his finishing touches on the end version of the Ioniq 5, which is coming at the end of 2022. We are also certain that Peter Schreier will have some connection with the company even after his official retirement, as his last position since 2015, when Luke Donkerwolke was appointed as his replacement, was very much an honorary position to celebrate his legacy. So fortunately, nothing will change for Hyundai and everything will go as planned, where we hope to see a countless number of exciting new EVs arriving in the near future, including the hydrogen-powered supercar Genesis GT90. For more information on the upcoming battery electric and fuel cell electric vehicles, please check out our other feature videos. As for the end of the video question, how do you feel about Hyundai's continued commitment to hydrogen fuel cell EVs? Do you think they should continue as there is a future in hydrogen, or give up to focus more on battery electric vehicles? Please vote and share your views by clicking on the link in the comments section below. Thanks for watching AutoVision, your best source for the fastest Korean car news and rumors. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe and click on the notification bell, as not to miss any of our new videos. It would help the channel greatly if you could view our videos as soon as they are uploaded, and watch them all the way until the end, which would help to reach more people. Also, to support our channel even further, please join our membership and enjoy the exclusive content and preview of the upcoming episodes. Finally, don't forget to join our forum and share your passion for Korean cars at KoreanCarNews.com. See you next time with the latest Korean car news.
Wake up, baby, all the stars are shining bright. Yeah, we should stay up, so that we can look at them all night. Just keep holding me, don't let me go. Everything's so magical. All I need is you tonight. If I shut my eyes, keeping them closed, all the senses explode.